But as Summer said, again, we're going to be looking at some pretty cool technology today, which until now I've actually never heard of. So I'm also super excited to explore this topic with everyone. And it's going to be about the Shokz earphones and specifically the bone conduction technology that this device uses that kind of sets it apart from a lot of other options on the market. So as always, a table of contents, just so you know what you're going to be taught today. We're going to go over a brief overview of what the headphones actually are, how to use them, some of the pros and cons, as well as a comparison to the more typical earphones that you might see on the market, such as AirPods, and then some other similar devices, and finally the pricing, just so you know kind of what you'd be getting yourself into if you want to purchase the device. And then at the end, we're going to watch a great video together. It's about 6 minutes long. So the first thing to go over is, again, what are Shokz earphones? So these earphones use bone conduction, which are an innovative audio device that sends sound waves through vibrations on your cheekbone. So that's on your face. And then it bypasses the eardrum and delivers audio straight to the inner ear. This allows you to keep your ears open to surrounding sounds while listening to music, or if you're on a call or listening to a podcast, whatever you like to listen to. So because the sound waves aren't going from kind of outside, they're going through the bones of the cheekbones instead, it allows you to hear everything. It will then reduce ear fatigue compared to in-ear or over-ear devices, so it makes them more suitable for all-day wear. Sometimes headphones might get sore. I found that if I've got big headphones on, it can give you a headache after a period of time. So this is a bit more suitable if you're someone who likes to listen to music all day, or if you need to be listening into calls or anything like that. They are also ideal for people with mild hearing loss because the sound bypasses your eardrums. If they are damaged, it will help you to hear whatever you're listening to better. So in terms of how this technology actually works, because it sounds super cool, but it's also good to actually understand how it does this. It utilizes advanced bone conduction technology along with patented transducers that sit on the cheekbones, which then sends vibrations through the bones to the cochlea, bypassing the eardrum completely. So these transducers are resting on your cheekbones without blocking your ear canal, which allows you to stay aware of the environment around you. So if there's a car or a bus driving by or somebody walking behind you, you'll be able to hear this as if you weren't listening to anything at all. The vibrations also bypass the eardrum and send sound directly to the cochlea, as I mentioned, so that you can maintain your natural hearing. So then you can listen to your music or podcasts without fully covering your ears. And this can kind of be a great safety benefit as it increases your situational awareness. So I know sometimes we can be nervous if we're listening to music and we can't actually hear what's going on around us, but this completely eliminates that issue. So I think for that reason, it's a really great kind of sort of new technology. Now, some of the benefits of bone conducting earphones. We kind of just got into that on the previous slide. So again, staying aware of your surroundings while you're actually enjoying your audio. If you're running, cycling, outdoor, indoor activities, really anything, you'll be able to maintain your natural hearing as if you weren't listening to anything at all. Very comfortable for extended wear because there's no pressure inside the ear canal. It's easier to wear them for multiple hours at a time or even all day. It also can reduce risks of ear infections as there is no direct contact with the ear canal. You can also work seamlessly with hearing aids and glasses, making them very versatile and accessible for different users. And it also enhances safety again by letting you hear traffic, people, or any sort of alerts going on around you while you're listening. So now we're going to just talk about some of the key features that set them apart from some other models or brands of headphones. Firstly, the lightweight open ear design, making them very comfortable. They are also sweat and water resistant, which means that they're good for workouts and outdoor activities or even a walk in the summer. I know it's very hot here in Toronto, where some of us are. So this would be a great option if you're going to attempt to go for a nice walk outside. It also has Bluetooth connectivity so that you can just pair them with phones and other devices, and you don't really have to worry about a cord getting in the way. You get up to 8 hours of continuous battery life, which means that you can use them every day. You can charge them overnight, and then they'll be ready for use the next day. There's also a noise canceling microphone, and this is built in so that you can have clear calls even in noisy environments, which is very interesting because rather than it being noise canceling for the user, it would be for anyone the user's speaking to. So some headphones are noise canceling so that you can't hear anything else around you, but this one is specifically noise canceling for the microphone. It also has a quick charge feature, which means that you can get hours of use with just a short charge. So if you forgot to charge them overnight, maybe you could charge them for 1 or 2 hours in the morning and you'd be ready to go. So very convenient in that way. And now here is just kind of more of a visual of some of the key features. So you can see here, ultra soft silicone, which would make them very comfortable, water resistance, very light and balanced design, making them kind of work really well with the human facial structure and the ears and everything and how they sit. Direct pitch technology, clear and smooth call quality, again with the noise canceling microphone. And you can also maintain, again, the situational awareness, which is great for safety. So now that we've discussed what these headphones are and some of their key features, we now need to learn how to actually use them. So the first thing that you need to do is to position the transducers on your cheekbones and make sure that they rest comfortably just in front of your ears. So this is kind of the first step of putting the headphones in the right position. Then you need to pair your smartphone or other device, such as a tablet, via Bluetooth using the app or settings. Then you can adjust the fit for comfort using the adjustable band or headband. When you're actually listening to something, you can use the on-ear controls to manage volume, answer calls, skip tracks, and even pause or playback. So this allows you to, rather than pulling out your phone, you can just click on part of the headphones. As you can see here, the controls to do that seamlessly rather than having to stop, take out your device, kind of scroll, look around, figure out what you're wanting to do. You can just do it directly on the device itself. And also, just a reminder is to clean and store your earphones properly after use, just so that they can have as long as a lifespan as possible. And now we're going to just go into a bit more on the safety and hearing considerations associated with this device. So you can still hear everything around you, as we now know, with this open ear design. So you can see in this image here, the headphone doesn't go into the ear and does not come in contact with the ear canal at all. It's sitting right here on the structure of the face. This allows you to have safer outdoor activities, and you can stay aware of your environment. There's also volume control, which prevents excessive loudness and also reduces your risk of hearing damage. Again, because it's not going straight into your ear canal or to your eardrum, it's a bit of a safer option in terms of when you're actually listening to loud sounds. Make sure that you are always following the manufacturer's guidelines for safe listening and take breaks during extended use. You don't want to be living in these headphones, as you wouldn't want to be kind of living with any device. So make sure that you're not wearing them 24 hours of the day. And if you do have hearing concerns that this kind of may make this device contraindicated, then you would want to consult an audiologist before using them just to make sure that it's the right fit for you. So now that we've got that general information and we've got some ideas on how to actually set up the headphones with pairing them to your Bluetooth and getting them set up when you're putting them on, we're going to discuss some of the pros and cons associated with the Shokz earphones. So it's always good to start off with the positive. So some of the pros are a comfortable fit for all day wear and long work sessions or exercise, safe listening, great for people with mild hearing loss or anyone who's wearing hearing aids, as there's nothing going directly into your ears. They're very versatile for sports, work, travel, and you can easily use them for lots of different things. And they are also lightweight and designed to prevent ear fatigue compared to in-ear buds, which can kind of become uncomfortable over time. And then here is just a great visual, again, pointing out some of the features on the actual device. So here we've got the built-in MP3 player, which can hold up to 8,000 songs. Instead of being actually in your ear, the pads sit against the side of your head. So that's, again, great for many reasons, including the ear fatigue and also if you've got hearing aids. Bone conduction means vibrations are transferred through your skull instead of through your eardrums, which can prevent damage and also make them easier to use for longer periods of time. And they are also flexible with a one-size-fits-all band, which wraps around your head and hooks over your ears, making them quite comfortable and also secure when you're wearing them. Now, there are also some downsides, as there is with kind of anything that you want to invest in. So the sound quality may not match premium over-ear headphones. Some users notice a difference in bass. So one of our volunteers was saying that they've tried them out before, and it was a bit less of that beat that you could hear fully with the bass. So it's going to be a bit of a different listening experience than the traditional headphones that go into your ears. You can also have sound leakage at high volumes, which may affect privacy in quiet settings. So sound leakage would mean that someone around you can actually hear what you're listening to. So if you're on an important call or listening to confidential information, you would then just want to be aware if anyone's nearby. But that's more if you're listening to it at a louder volume. So if it's quiet, then people around you won't be able to hear it. They are also set at a higher price point than basic earphones because of their innovative technology, and it's quite a new concept. So they are less accessible to budget-conscious users. And they also have limited multimedia messaging support, so there's no immersive stereo effect, for example. So kind of keeping those things in mind, it's also good to look at alternatives just in case this isn't the best fit for you. So in terms of kind of comparing the different headphones, if you want the open ear design, particularly for outdoor use and more of a safety concern, then you would want to go for the Shokz. But the traditional headphones are the closed ear design, which offers immersive background sound. Immersive sound, but blocks environmental sounds. So depending on what you're using them for, you might find that the traditional headphones are actually what you want. For example, I personally really like using traditional headphones when I'm studying in a safe environment, say in a library, because it blocks out any distractions in the background. But if I were to go outside and I'm walking alone, for example, then maybe I'd want to go for the Shokz so I can be a bit more aware of my surroundings. Shokz are also lightweight and comfortable and work well with helmets and glasses, whereas traditional headphones may feel bulky and may cause ear fatigue over time. Shokz are also great for sports and activities and stay in place while you're moving, whereas traditional headphones often have better sound quality but less situational awareness. So again, You might actually be going for the traditional headphones in this case if you're looking for sound quality and you're not so concerned about moving around while wearing the headphones that you have. So it's different for everybody's situation, and it's good to know that there are lots of different options out there depending on what you're looking for exactly. Now we're just going to go into the pricing a little bit. So in terms of the pricing and availability for this Shokz, it starts at approximately 130 US dollars, though the price does vary depending on the model. So they've got, for example, Open Run, Open Move, and Open Calm. And that would just depend on what you're using them for, or maybe even the year you're purchasing them in. If a new model comes out, it would then probably be more expensive than any of the previous models. Where you can actually purchase them, it depends on where you're comfortable buying them from. You can buy them from the official website, Amazon, and other online retailers. There are lots of different models. So there's sports, everyday listening, and business calls, and you can kind of choose whichever category works best for you. And there are occasionally discounts and sales offered on the Shokz website. And I'm guessing you can most likely subscribe to Shokz to get updates. So if you want to know exactly when the price drops are happening, you can opt to have an email into your inbox. So then you can wait for the cheapest option possible to purchase them if you're interested. Okay, so that brings us to the final slide of our presentation, and we want to thank you very much for joining today. If you'd like to learn this lesson with a Cyber Seniors mentor one-on-one, please go to the website or call the phone number to register. We also host weekly tech drop-in sessions from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and we welcome any sorts of tech-related questions at those sessions.